Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to another SPFL match week predictions video. It's now match week number 6 and one game is dominating the proceedings. It is after a 5-year hiatus of this fixture. The Dundee derby is back and it is going to be a very interesting game, that is for sure. But before we begin match week 6, let's have a quick look at how everyone did in match week number 5. I got 4 points, no perfect scores, and it has to be said it's quite a tough week. Top scorers in the comments, however, James Dunlop and Ballum both got 7 points, so very, very well done to James and Ballum. Very, very good score for you guys today. So we move into match week 6, and the first game is Aberdeen against St Johnstone. 3 wins to Aberdeen, 1 win to St Johnstone and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-1 win to Aberdeen. Well, who saw Motherwell beating Aberdeen by 3-0? I certainly didn't. It was a bit of a shock result, I'm going to be honest. I did not see that one coming, but fair play to Motherwell. Aberdeen just didn't turn up, unfortunately, and you have to say that Aberdeen will definitely want to bounce back. St Johnstone gave a good account of themselves against Rangers. They did take the lead from Michael O'Halloran, and then obviously Rangers equalised for the penalty spot. Kemar Roof from the penalty spot, and then an absolute wonder goal by James Tavernier managed to get Rangers the victory over St Johnstone. But I have to say, I thought St Johnstone played very, very well and unlucky to lose in the end. So both of these sides looking for a win to bounce back after that interesting week, has to be said. I'm going to go for a draw in this one, though. I think Aberdeen and St Johnstone will play out a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And now we have Hibs against St Mirren. 4 wins to Hibs and 1 draw. The last result was a 1-0 win to Hibernian. Well, I mean, Hibs Hearts was 0-0, but actually, when you think about it, with chances created, I thought it was a pretty good game. Martin Boyle had a couple of chances. I mean, the save of the match is from Matt Macy from Gary Mackay-Steven. It is a very cracking save from Macy. Mackay-Steven is low, is hard. He manages to get a right glove to it. It's a cracking save as well. And to be fair, I thought both goalkeepers actually had a very good game in that one as well. But obviously Hibs will want to, bounce back and get a win in this one. St Mirren, it's a lack of goals, unfortunately. I mean, they are missing Greg Kiltie at this moment in time. They did create chances against Dundee United, but I mean, even so, I honestly worry where the goals are going to come from for St Mirren this season. I mean, I predicted them to be, second bottom this season, and at this moment in time, I mean, it's still early in the season, but St Mirren will have to get points eventually, that is for sure. So, with this one, I think Hibs will win this one pretty comfortably. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Hibernian in this one. And now we have Ross County against Hearts. 4 draws and 1 win to Hearts in the last 5 meetings, and the last result was a 0-0 draw. Ross County, well, not surprising that they lost 3-0 against Celtic. Celtic did play very well, but you know what? At least Ross County haven't been battered like 6-0 or 7-0, because that was obviously their last trip to Parkhead in the league. That is, I think Ross County did actually lose pretty heavily, but Malky Mackay's getting his ideas across. It's just unfortunately Ross County are in a bit of a run where they don't really look like picking up any points at this moment in time. Yes, I know the Aberdeen game is an exception, but you look at the teams that they played. I mean, they played Rangers, they played Celtic. Now they've got Hearts. It's going to be very interesting to see when the points come for the Ross County, that is for sure. Hearts, well, they did, as I've said, it was a 0-0 draw in the Edinburgh Derby. Craig Gordon, again, doesn't show any signs of ageing. He is a fantastic goalkeeper. I mean, form is temporary, class is permanent. I'll tell you something. Both him and Matt Macy were the difference makers in that game. If they hadn't saved it, then I think one of the sides will, definitely win that one. But you know what? I thought Ben Woodburn was fantastic in that game. I think he was a real threat. Hit the cross. I think he hit the crossbar as well. So you know what, Hearts have started the season very well, and people had said that the game against Hibs was a definite top of the table contender. Yes, I know we're only a few games in, but that is the case, and you know what, Hearts and Hibs have had a good start to the season as well. So I think Hearts will go up to Dingwall. They haven't got the best of records in the Highlands, especially after playing Inverness and Ross County. They don't have the best of records, but I just feel that Hearts got a little bit too much for Ross County, and I maybe fancied Liam Boyce to maybe score on his return to Victoria Park. I know it's not called Victoria Park anymore, but I'm going to go for Ross County 0, Hearts 1. So that's the 3 games on Saturday, and obviously we have 3 games on Sunday. And the biggest game of the lot is the Dundee Derby at Tannadice between Dundee United and Dundee. 2 wins to Dundee United, 1 win to Dundee, and 2 draws. The last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. Well, both of these sides are, it's safe to say, Dundee United have obviously won this season. Dundee haven't. Dundee United a 0-0 draw with St Mirren as well. Again, I worry where the goals are coming from in this Dundee United side. I know they drew 0-0. But recently, they haven't scored many goals this season as well. Prior to that, Dundee did everything they could to try and score. It was just that they came up against a very good Max Striek in the Livingston goal. It was a very good performance from the Livingston goalkeeper. It managed to keep Dundee out of it as well. Like a 0-0, it wasn't really too surprising because Dundee and Livingston haven't started the season very well. Both were looking for their first wins, so you can kind of see that maybe a draw was on the horizon as well. Good start here. Dundee have not kept a clean sheet in this fixture since 2004. It was a John Sutton winner, and Dundee United had 2 men sent off. So I look at this game, and it is at Tannadice, and I'm going to go for Dundee to be Tangerine for the weekend. I'm going Dundee United 2, Dundee 1. I think Dundee United will win that one. It'll be a close game, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Dundee United. And now we have Livingston against Celtic. This is a 3 o'clock kickoff, of course. 2 wins to Celtic and 3 draws. The last result was a 2-2 draw between the sides. Well, Livingston managed to get a 0-0 draw with Dundee, so they've got their first point of the season. As I said, Max Striek was absolutely fantastic. A number of saves that he managed to keep Livingston in it as well. Livingston did actually defend very well as well. Had a couple of chances as well. Craig Sibbald will be interested to see if he makes the Celtic game. He was carried off injured, so hopefully he's not too badly injured as well. Celtic managed to win 3-0 against Ross County, and then were involved in an absolute thriller against Real Betis last night as well. That was a 4-3 win to Betis, but Celtic went into a 2-0 lead and then lost a 2-goal lead. And then, obviously, 4 goals without reply, and then Anthony Ralston managed to make it 4-3. So, you know what? Ongi Pastoglu is getting his ideas across, but same things with Celtic in Europe. It's just their Achilles heel is defending, unfortunately. As much as I would like Livingston to maybe beat Celtic or maybe get a draw, I think Celtic will just sneak this one. I just have a feeling that obviously, Tony Macaroni pitch, it has been Celtic's downfall recently. I don't think they've won in the last 3 or 4 meetings, actually. Actually, I don't think Celtic have actually won since Livingston came into the league. I could be completely wrong about that. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting game, this one. But I'm just going to go Celtic just pip Livingston in this one. Livingston 0, Celtic 1. And there we have Rangers against Motherwell. 4 wins to Rangers and 1 draw. The last result was a 3-1 win to Rangers. Well, Rangers got a 2-1 win over St Johnstone. A very good finish from James Tavernier to get the victory. But last night they lost 2-0 to what has to be said a very impressive Lyon. But Rangers they did create chances. They did create chances in that game. It's just unfortunately that Lyon just were a little bit too clinical in the final third. Motherwell have managed to win 3-0 against Aberdeen. That was a cracking game for them as well. I honestly think that Motherwell are... I said this earlier in the season. I do think Motherwell are going to finish top 6. I really do. Having Kevin Van Veen there is a very good striker, and he seems to be getting the goals there as well. But for this game, I think Rangers will bounce back from that Lyon defeat. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Rangers in this one. So that's match week 6 done and dusted. As I have said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and like James Dunlop and Ballum, you will get a shout out in the next video. So I'm going Aberdeen 1, St Johnstone 1, Hibs 3, St Mirren 0, Ross County 0, Hearts 1, Dundee United 2, Dundee 1, Livingston 0, Celtic 1, and Rangers 2, Motherwell 0. So that is it. That is match week 6 done and dusted. And we will see what happens. Obviously, the Dundee derby is the biggest game of the weekend. That is a 12 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. So if you're not doing anything Sunday, then obviously sit down and watch that. Sky Sport Football, I think it is as well. But until then, it is goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, and we will see what happens with these games as well. Obviously, as I said, the Dundee derby is the one to watch. But Livingston, Celtic and Rangers Motherwell on Sunday, 2 good games as well. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now.